So let's do this. Let's add also the bar. And then the ruler. And at the end also the fill. So ruler, bar, and fill are all classes. That's why we use dot in front of the selector. And input itself is a tag, HTML tag. That's why it doesn't need a dot. And host is basically the main element to which the shadow is attached. That's why it needs a colon in front and just a name host, which is always the case. We always call it a host, no matter what is the actual name of the element. Okay, so what did we do here? Bar is now positioned the same as input, absolute, and the anchor is the host. So it starts, the input starts top 0, left 0, bar starts left 0, but top 3, a little bit pushed down. Why? Because we set the width, the height to be a little bit smaller. We wanted a bit thinner than the original was, so we had to push the bar a little bit lower than the input is. Then, so that it would be in the middle of, this thumb would be in the middle of the bar. Width is still 100%. Border radius will be 8 pixels, so it will be a little bit curved. Overflow hidden, you can read more about this, what it means exactly. Background color will be gray, display flex, and which means basically that all the inner elements inside of the bar, so ruler and fill, will be positioned in the center of the bar element. So this, then the ruler, it's also positioned absolute, but not, the anchor is not the host anymore. The anchor for ruler and the fill is their parent, which is a bar. So this one now became an anchor for those two. So they are positioned absolute in reference to the bar. A ruler has a height 6 pixels with 100 pixels. You will see, because we have these kind of vertical lines, which are basically a gradient. We use this transform scale so that we turn it around. You can also read more about this, what it does. And the background size is this. So basically the whole gradient is repeating every 20 pixels, and it starts with a gray color until 17 pixels, and then from 17 to 20 pixels it's white. So if I click save, you can see this is what this gradient does. It basically starts from 0 to 17 pixels, then it has 3 pixels of white, and so on. So we are using basically this CSS gradient. We could make any kind of pattern here behind, but because we want it to look like a ruler, we are using the lines, and this is the linear gradient. You can play around and maybe try different ones and make your ruler even more unique. But yeah, we decided for this because it kind of feels that it's the most user-friendly, because it shows like approximately where you are at in the range slider. And then we have a fill. Fill is this thingy. Currently is gray, and we set the width to 30%. So we can set the width to 80%. So now 80% of this is filled with gray. We can now add one additional thing, which is to make fill change the color when we make the range slider active. So if I click now, we make the range slider active, and then the fill also changed the color. Currently, when we are moving the thumb, the fill is not changing, so we will add this in the next lesson, but so far we have the basics covered.